Viewers, fans, and subscribers, welcome to the most unapologetic, brash and brazen rumor, news, gossip, speculation, hearsay, storyline angle. We drum it up and we keep you in the know because we give you the fill of what you need to get. And whether you're going to drink it in, whether you're going to take it in, this is where we all break it down. Because if it's not brash, well, then it's absolute trash. Let's get right into it and not waste any of your valuable time. According to those in the know, with Mr. Kennedy, Ken Kennedy, back in the wrestling scene again, back in a ring again, back in a ring that, well, quite frankly, let's call a spade, has to do with the WWE. Why? Because TNA and WWE are together. They're tag teaming. They're in a partnership. They're co-eds together, WWE and TNA. And now that Ken Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson has returned, what does this mean for his wrestling future? What does this mean for TNA? Now, according to Mr. Ken Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy, we have been wanting, we have been asking, we have been craving for this man's return for the better part of a decade. Just like AJ Lee returned on the Blue Brand of SmackDown. We've been craving, we've been wanting, we have been demanding the return. And, well, not only did we get AJ Lee on SmackDown on USA Network this week, but we also got the return of Mr. Anderson Kennedy to the pro wrestling scene once again. What a time to be alive in 2025 as a professional wrestling fan. Make no mistake about that. But viewers, we got breaking news on a breaking. We got breaking news. Yes, guys. This is breaking. AJ Lee returned to WWE after more than a decade on the episode of SmackDown. She attacked Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch, and according to PW Insider, the former Divas Champion AJ Lee is set to make her next appearance in Milwaukee on Raw. She will reportedly be there to set up her CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza in 2 weeks. Fans can expect to see AJ Lee very frequently because she has signed a new long-term and full-time contract with WWE, and there's already rumor and speculation that AJ Lee is going to have a massive match at WrestleMania and potentially winning the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. Do you think that would be the route to go? Do you think that's the right situation? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Also, breaking news. Nikki Bella reacts to fans criticizing her match at Clash in Paris. Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch went head-to-head for the Women's World Intercontinental title last Sunday at Clash in Paris. The match ended with the man coming out on top. There were many fans that were not pleased with the match and voiced their opinions about Nikki Bella's performance. On the latest edition, Nikki and Bree show, Nikki stated that the current WWE run is for her and that she's not looking to prove anything to anyone. This was the first time experiencing Paris, and what I've always talked about this theme of this comeback, so I'm not here to prove anything to anyone but myself. So it felt like I was finally in Paris for me. It was about me, and so I was like, I just kept pinching myself for the moment. Thank you, God, so much for this, for giving me this opportunity to have a title match in Paris. Already, this was a dream for me, and that's a check off the bucket list. I can't believe it. And then in front of 30,000 people, I was just on cloud nine. I felt so blessed and lucky. Nikki Bella then went on to talk about the difficulties of preparing for the match while being a single mom and also running two companies. Obviously, the match, I'll be honest, I am so proud of myself because, it's been hard living where I live. Hands-on mom, full-time mom. When I'm mom, I'm a single mom. And then the things, but also making my comeback priority too, but nothing will be more priority than my child. It's like you just, go out there, and it was cute because when I came back, they all were clapping for me, and it was really special. And obviously, there are two spots bummed about. I can say the volley kick, and you know what? That stuff happens. There's mistakes, there's blunders, there's botches. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. And again, Nikki Bella obviously has a lot more good points than bad points. Make no mistake about that. We got breaking news coming in right now. According to the Dirt Sheets, the websites and newsletter, after making a shocking return at SummerSlam last month and then once again returning on SmackDown, Brock Lesnar showed up on SmackDown this past Friday night and interfered and crashed the John Cena-Sami Zayn match for the U.S. title. And according to Fightful Select, the Beast Incarnate arrived in Chicago one day before SmackDown. He broke his tradition of arriving to a show on the day of the event with his latest appearance. The Beast Incarnate is set to face the never-seen 17-time world champion John Cena at WrestlePalooza in less than 2 weeks. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that match. But viewers, that simply is not all. Because once again, the rumor, the speculation about WWE Raw and the USA Network is starting to heat up once again. And on a day where the NFL officially has returned on a Sunday, the NFL in its 2025 season returned officially today on Sunday. Now, I know you'll say, well, Sean, there were games on Thursday, there were games on Friday, but this was the official return on Sunday. You got Sunday night football, you got Sunday afternoon football. This was the official, unofficial return of NFL. And boy, we're going to try to really kick this one out of the park because I know you want to hear it, you want to see it, you want the delivery, you want the defiance, and that is exactly what we're going to give to you here on Sean's View Entertainment. Because, ladies and gentlemen, after hearing this, after seeing it, a massive star has been removed from the main roster of WWE. Yes, a top star has been removed from the main roster of World Wrestling Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, according to those in the know, former Intercontinental Champion, former member of The Nexus, Wade Barrett, removed from WWE main roster. Yes, you heard that right. Also, we are receiving word right now that, and again, there's a lot to be said here. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of feedback here. Nikki Bella's status for WWE Raw in Milwaukee revealed. And yes, a 21-year-old star who is so early into his career, a 21-year-old wrestler, a man that could have been the future of any wrestling promotion or any company, has sadly, unfortunately, passed away. A 21-year-old wrestler has died. And again, do you want to see Raw return on the USA Network with the whispers starting to cheap up? We are now hearing, and again, our thoughts and condolences go out to that 21-year-old wrestler that passed away and that died earlier today. Eric Bischoff claims that AEW Dynamite viewership will sink to 300,000 by the end of the current TV deal. Do you believe that will happen to AEW All Elite Wrestling? Nikki Bella shuts down rumor that she only dates men in their 20s. Nikki Bella shutting that rumor right now and right here. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. The hearing has been set for Liv Morgan's alleged stalker after filing a motion for a release from jail. Should Liv Morgan's stalker be released from jail as Liv Morgan is looking for her return to the WWE? And that certainly is not all. Because we are now receiving word right now, ladies and gentlemen. Nikki Bella reveals a lie about her dating life, and Vince McMahon was not sold on AJ Styles being a top star due to not one, but two reasons. Do you believe that AJ Styles is a top star in the industry? Yes or no, and why? Tony Schiavone says Tony Storm's timeless gimmick is the best in women's wrestling history. 2 years of one good storyline brainwashed people. Shit was sad. This is Ricochet on the Bloodline story and WWE. Also, AJ Lee's return was a massive hit backstage, and that comes as no surprise to anybody. Ted DiBiase badly hurt at Atlanta Airport. AJPW wrestler dies again, and our thoughts goes out to him at just 21 years old. And if you can believe this one, imagine this. On this day in 1997, The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had their first ever singles match against each other at WWE In Your House Ground Zero again, all the way back in 1997. WWE is now promoting final time ever match at WrestlePalooza. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Subscribe for more. Plenty more to come. Don't go anywhere.